students, I salute you once again. I'm Justin Ongeri, and I'm here today to continue with our mathematics lesson, which we've been handling in the previous sessions. So today, I'm going to talk about another topic which is very important in the examination setup, that is money. So money, money is essential, money is everywhere. But one thing that you have to realize that money is very wide and it has got different terminologies. So in this case, I'm going to begin with the first terminology, that is simple and the compound interest. Simple and compound interest. So in the questions that I'm going to, the example which I'm going to calculate here will determine whether the question is asking for me to find the simple interest or rather the compound interest. So there are some things I want you to understand. A simple interest, this is how we come up with a simple interest, that when you deposit money in the bank, the money that you are depositing in the bank should at least give rise, or at least give you some interest at the end of a certain period of time. Or else when you borrow some money from the bank, if for example you borrowed 500 shillings or 1,000 from the bank, or 20,000 shillings from the bank, you will not take back the 20,000 shillings. You will take back together with the interest. So that interest you're talking about here can either be calculated either at a compound rate, compound interest, or at a simple interest. So a compound interest is a long-term period of time, while simple interest is a short-term period of time. So the money deposited in the bank is always known as the principal. So in this case, we are going to talk about the principal. The principal is the money deposited in the bank. Then it can either be deposited or borrowed. So when you borrow money from the bank, that is the principal. When you deposit money in the bank, that is also the principal. Then this interest must always be calculated at a given rate, depending on the bank. Because some banks might give you a loan, or you might save the money with them, then they might tell you that they are giving you an interest of 1%, 2%, 3%, whichever. So rate is always calculated as a percent. Then we have the time. We have the time at which that money stays in the bank, or the time at which you save the money that you borrow. So in this case, time may also depend. Time can be either in months or can be in years. So what I need you to get is that, remember, your units must always be uniform. So because if the rate is calculated per annum, that is per year, then the time should be in years. That should always be the principle with you. If the rate is calculated per month, then the time should be per month. So let me now put my explanation into practical. I have an example here. Question states, H deposited 60,000 shillings in his account. So this guy deposited the money, so that is the principal, at 6% per annum. So you can see, when you read your question, it's good you stay down or you highlight whatever you are reading. So in this case, he deposited. So a money deposited or borrowed is the principal. So the principal is 60,000. So I'm going to write here 60,000. In his account at 6% per annum. That is interest. 6% per annum interest. So this is the rate. So I write here the rate, which is 66%, per annum. Why am I writing per annum? Is because I want you to make sure that the units are always the same. This is per annum. So the time should be in years also. So let me go to the time. The time is after 5 months, he withdrew all his money. So you can see the time is 5 months. So I write here 5 months. So learners, remember to highlight down your work as I've done here. This is 60,000 shillings. This is 6% per annum. Then 5 months. So you realize that we have months here and we have per annum. So per annum, this interest was calculated per year. And the time is in months. So change the months into years. So 5 months into years will be 5/12. The 5/12 of an year. Or else you can just convert 1 month, 1 year is equals to 12 months. What about 5 months? You will get 5 over 12. So with this highlights, then I'm good to go. So I'll start. Interest, this is the formula, is equals to the principal times rate times time, then over 100. Because the 100 comes from the rate. Rate is calculated in the form of a percentage form. So 100 is a percentage form of the rate. So interest is going to be, principal is 60,000 times the rate we have here 6% times the time is 5 over 12. Remember, we have changed 5 months into years, so we have 5 over 12, then over 100. I like when you do this way. So you can simplify this one by 6 1 by 6 2 by 2 1 by 2 will be 30,000. Then you can simplify the zeros and the zeros. So interest is going to be, this is 300 times 5, which is 1,500 shillings. So this is this interest that this person got in the bank after depositing 60,000 shillings in the form of his savings. So let's go back to our question. The question states, he withdrew all his money. So when he saved this 60,000, after 5 months, he went to the bank and told them, give me all my money. So what do you expect? The money that this person left, 60,000, plus the interest, which was calculated from the principal, the money he deposited. So in this case, the amount which he withdrew, in this case, the money withdrawn, the total amount of money withdrawn is the amount. So the amount is going to be the money he deposited, 60,000 plus the interest, which is 1,500. So when you add this, the amount is going to be shillings 61,500 shillings. 61,500 shillings. So this is the money this person by the name H withdrew from the bank. So get note of the question. If the question states, he withdrew his interest. So if the question was demanding to get interest, the interest will have been 1,500. But the question states, he withdrew all his money. This is the amount. So the amount is this, 61,500 shillings. So this is all about simple interest. Now, learners, let's go to question number 2. And you are going to read to see what the question is demanding us to do. So let me go to what the question states. Calculate the compound interest that. So I'm going to underline this. Remember, if it's a compound interest, you will be told compound interest. Calculate the compound interest that 2,000 shillings can earn after 2 years if it is deposited at 15% per annum. This person is deposited in the bank 2,000 shillings and he wants to see how much interest the bank can give him after a period of 2 years. So let me put down the information here. So let me start. We have the breakdown as the principal, we have the rate, and we have the principal, we have the rate, and then we have the time. So the principal is 2,000 shillings. This is the money this person deposited in the bank. The rate at which the bank was giving him an interest was 15%, but right per annum. This is per year. So the time should be in years. So the time here should be in years. So this is 2 years. So let me confirm. If the rate is per annum, the time should be in years. So I'm good to go. But if the time was in months, I could have changed into years because the rate is calculated per year. So let me put down my formula. Interest. Here, there's something I want to clarify here. When you're calculating a compound interest is calculated per year or per given time. If it is 5 months, that is per month. If it is 5 years, then per year, so calculate year on yearly basis until 5 years are over. So in this case, we have 2 years. So we have to calculate the interest of the first year. So let me say, this is my first year. In the first year, this is the first time he deposited the money. The principal was 2,000 shillings. The rate was 15%. The time was 1 year, because we are calculating per year, not now 2 years. The time is 1 year. So I calculate the interest, which is equals to principal times rate times time over 100. So the interest is going to be, principal is 2,000 shillings times the rate is 15% times the time is 1 year. That is over 100. So the percent is this, 15%. So let me simplify. 0, zeros. So the answer is going to be 20 times 15. This is 300. So in the first year, the bank calculated his interest and got it was 300 shillings in the first year. But this person did not want to withdraw the money. He waited after the end of 2 years. So I'm going to move to the second year. So I'm going to the second year. In the second year, this is where things start changing. In the second year, remember in the first year, the money he deposited was 2,000 shillings. So after the first year ended, when he went to the bank to check, he got 2,000 shillings plus 300 shillings, which was added to his amount. So in this case, the principal was 2,300. Where am I getting this from? The money he deposited plus the interest which the bank gave him. Then the rate is the same, which is 15%. Rate does not change. Time, this is another year. So in this case, you're going to be to do this way. Interest is going to be principal times rate times time over 100. So interest is going to be, principal is this. So this is 2,300 times the rate is 15%. That is 100 times the time is 1 year. So you can just put this one like that in order to avoid confusion. So you can simplify zeros and zeros. So you will multiply 23 by 15. 23 by 15. This is 23, 15, 10, 11. So you have 345. So 345 shillings. So at the end of the second year, this is the interest this person got. So you can realize that as the years move by, the interest will keep on increasing like that and like that. So I have already calculated the interest of the first year. I have the interest of the second year. So the question states, calculate the compound interest that 2,000 shillings can earn after 2 years if it is deposited. So calculate the compound interest. So we are interested with the interest, not the total amount of money. So our final answer will be compound interest is equals to the interest of the first year, which was 300 shillings, plus the interest of the second year, which is 345 shillings. So when you add this, the answer is going to be 645 shillings. So this is the interest at the end of 2 years, because the question says calculate the compound interest. But if the question was asking calculate the total amount, we could have taken 645 shillings plus the first amount which he deposited. So in his account, he has 2,000 shillings plus 645, but he only wanted the interest. So that is all about this question.